Hello, my name is Roger Klisch from Stillwater, Minnesota, and this is a video about cutting glass, stained glass in particular, for stained glass hobby. I happen to be a retired controls engineer and wanting to get into doing some stained glass, so I thought I would use my skills to create a cutting machine, as that is so much of the labor, and be able to get nice smooth cuts, minimize or eliminate grinding, and have your pieces fit very nicely. So this is my system. Let me explain it first, and then I'll run this thing. So I found this kit, this XYZ kit online. I think I paid about 500 bucks. Came with the stepper motors and all the actuators here, and I assembled it, basically cut it to size, the spindle is something I had to come up with on my own. I happen to have a servo motor, and I designed some of the spindle parts, and I'll call it down below and so forth. So I built that, and the controller I went with was Masso. It's I think a very nice controller used for industrial CNC operations. Here's the tool path, and it's got everything I want. I'll show you the controls here briefly here too. That's mostly what that is my servo motor, but there's also, power supply and connectors and things like that for the CNC. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the operation. What I'm using, and it took me a while to come up with everything. There were some videos on YouTube, but not a lot. So some trial and error. I thought I would share this video, maybe help somebody else. So the tool I came up with was this diamond burring bit, 1/8 inch. Now the problem with this thing is that it's hollow, and I've snapped several of them. So what I did with this last one, you can see I cut this in half to minimize the strain on this, and I just chuck it up almost to the burring section. So far it's held up good. Now I run this thing about 1 inch per minute, and I'm taking about 40 thousandths per pass. This glass is about 120 thick, so that's 3 passes. What I hope to do is, now that I'm not snapping these things, maybe I can be a little more aggressive with this, either take more per pass or move it a little faster, mainly because I'd like to be able to make a piece in 10 minutes. Here's some pieces I made. This one came out of it. You can see where I've been cutting them here. Right out of the glass. Okay, here it is, nice and smooth. You could probably cut any shape you want with this thing. Here's another one. Here's one I did a while back, and I want to show you this because of a few mistakes. You've got to set your z-axis to go deep enough, and your table should be level. My table was not level, and my clamping was bad. You can see on the bottom, it's not very straight. This piece moved around on me, right? So clamping is critical. Let me tell you a little bit about the clamping. So this is a water bath here, right? And inside of this gray tray that's clamped in here. I want to put levelers on here, but I've got it pretty good right now. I took a piece of is that Delron or UHMW? I'm not sure. Basically milled it out this way and this way, put in these aluminum strips, and put a T-nut here with this plastic clamp. Works very good. I lay my, well, first of all, I take a piece of, what you want to do is take a piece of Mylar, something about 30 inches, I'm sorry, 30 thousandths of an inch or whatever, down underneath, so that you can go all the way through your piece into the Mylar and not ruin your bed, right? So that's what I have underneath this, and I clamp this up, and it's really tight, works well. Now, if you have little pieces, like this one I was trying to do and it moved around by me, I could move it in here, but I'm going to make a little jig here. I haven't done it yet, out of plastic, and just notch it out here. I can shove the little pieces here so my clamp network works better. That should work fine for me. Let's see, what else? I've done engraving. That's one thing you can do with CNC. I made some nice Christmas gifts, was personalized with engraved messages on the glass. And I've got, oh, let's see, I can show you some bits I have here. And use engraving, diamond type engraving bits, all different kinds. Got collets here and whatnot. But let's go ahead and run this thing. So I've got it paused. So far on this one I've done my first pass of 40 thousandths. It's going to go down. If you watch the z-axis here, go ahead and start it. You'll start hearing it when it gets down to about, well, 0 actually, you might start hearing it, and then go down to 40, then it'll go down to 80 and make another pass. Okay. Negative 20, 30, 40. You can start hearing it. Okay, now it's going to go all the way down to 80. There's 80. Okay, now you can see X and Y moving here, and you can see the tool path moving here, right? And there it is. So basically, I think I've covered everything that I did for success. So just to summarize, you want to be able to clamp it real well. That's important. You want to use a burring bit like this. You know, you want to bore a hole first, right? Plunge cut, come up, take whatever you think you can take the first pass and come down however many passes. This chart here, show you the RPM. I think I'm running 800 or 900 RPM. Oh, by the way, I'm using what's it called, Fusion 360 as my CAD and CAM development program. That works pretty well. There's a free hobbyist version of that, and you download it right into the USB stick and bring it right in here. Pretty easy to work with. And what I just do, I just jog it around. I've got this jogging unit. I jog it around, zero it out, so I can start anywhere I want on this thing. And yeah, that's about it.